Right, down you come. You've been up there since last year. Your turn this week. Right, let's see what this is all about. Welcome back to the Untitled Details channel. Boy oh boy, is that Suzuki filthy. Oh dear. Right, this week we're doing a brand review. We have 4 products to test out. Now I have to say right from the start, I only managed to use 2. Why did you only use 2 products, Paul? You've let us down yet again. Because of Mother Nature, and it started raining. I can't put wax on a car in the rain. Typical British weather. Anyway, bear with me and we'll talk about the products. So, when I was walking around Wax Stock, Nadine came up to me, who owns Simple Wax, and said, Paul, try these, get these on the channel. That was last year. What's wrong with you, Paul? Pull your finger out. Sorry, Nadine. Anyway, we'll talk about the products very, very quickly, because I know you don't like me babbling on. The first product is, I'm not even at a beer yet, blimey, Armageddon Synthetic Wax. I think this is designed to last around about 6 months. So that's a synthetic wax. I'd love to have put this on the car this week. The next product, which is supposed to be designed to work hand in hand with the other product, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, is the gloss wax, as in high gloss show wax. Aren't really designed to last that long, these, but they produce an amazing amount of gloss and really do look good, especially when you put them with things like that, because I've done something similar in the past for another brand. Anyway, that's the show wax. Now we're going to talk about the products we're actually going to use this week. Now, big fan of a certain shampoo. I have actually used this one, and it is very good. Spoiler alert, oh blimey, everyone's going to go, Suds. This is his pH neutral shampoo. Now you can get this down to around about 5 ml in your bucket, but it does say heavy soiling, excuse me, heavy soiling, i.e. the Suzuki this week, 20 ml in the syringe in your bucket. So that's what we're going to use. I have used it in the past, but I'll keep those thoughts to myself and you can find out in the video. That's the shampoo, and then this one, which is going to produce the gloss and get some protection on the car, is Enhanced Gloss, a sprayable gloss enhancer. Pretty much a QD, but you can use this as a drying aid and you can put it on dry. Very similar to some of the other products I've used, a bit like Garage Therapy, for example. Be very interested to see how this performs. Smells quite nice. Shampoo doesn't really smell, to be honest with you. Yes, I've got nose blindness as usual. Anyway, enough babbling on. Pour yourself a cup of tea, get yourself a glass of wine, get yourself a beer, get some Twiglets, bag of crisps. Roll the video. So here we go then. I'm going in. Right, I'm not going in dry either. Nobody wants to do that, do they? Oh my God, the smut's back. Right, we're going straight into the wheel arch area. This is caked. You want to see what I can see. It is bogging. I tried to get the camera around this side, but it just would mean the camera was going to get showered in gravel and muck, so I didn't bother. I just kept it where it was. It's caked. The only way you can get into this is either with a cranked lance extension, which I haven't got at the moment, or get right underneath the vehicle because there's a horrible bit down the bottom. So rinse off all the crap. Don't go anywhere near the car until you've got rid of all the muck around the wheel areas. Notice I said the wheel areas first. That is Rage. That's the pre-wash we used the other week. Really good on tyres. And on the body, which is coming up soon. Right, in the other bottle, that is Garage Therapy, believe it or not. That's their Decon shampoo. Watch the amount of foam that it produces from the back of the spokes. Turns the wheel into a marshmallow. And yes, I have to speed this up because we'd still be here next week. And you want to get to see the main event after all. Otherwise, you're just going to go back out of the kitchen and drink a load more beer and fall asleep. So different brushes being used this week. I thought we'd mix it up a little bit with a Vicam brush and a detailing brush, the hog's hair. Oh, for God's sake, I thought we got rid of this. Oh, he's had it again. Blimmin' GoPro. Right, get rid of it, come on. No, not having it. Right, that's better. Right, rinse the wheel down after you finish mucking around with GoPros. And do this all around the car. Repeat the process. Remember, this got 4 wheels. Yeah, you wouldn't have thought that in my videos. I never clean 1 wheel. No, I don't. I clean 4. Right, crack on. So, same process. Load up the brushes and spray it on the wheel as well. So it actually works kind of like a fallout remover, which is odd because it's not a fallout remover. And once you've done that, it's time to rinse down the body. Now normally you'd see me dive in with a APC or a snow foam. This is caked. Get rid of it. Otherwise the chemicals aren't going to do anything. They're just going to sit on top of the dirt. They're not really going to do anything. So rinse off the worst, especially when you've got a car that's caked like this. Yes, that's how bad it is. Not good. So at the moment we're using the green attachment. That's the slightly wider nozzle. I was asked in a week which ones do we use and for what purpose. We're going to swap it. God, what's the matter with my mouth? Swap it back over to the yellow one. This is the very narrow one. It's 15 degrees. For the door shut areas, you don't want to go in there with a wide wand, do you? Spray stuff everywhere. Customer won't thank you, and I know Harvey won't thank me. So go up and down the doors. You can of course use APC on them first if they're really bad and agitate. I'm going to flush these out and do all 4, as it's a 4-door really. Now when it comes to the rear of the vehicle, as you saw last week's video, the pre-wash being applied, I'm going to go around the entire vehicle, pretty much from door handle downwards. And I'm going to allow this to dwell. Now I'm going to give it further more dwell time by snow foaming over the top. Now you can do this with any citrus pre-wash. You can use a strong APC, it's probably going to strip what's left on the car. To be honest, on this car there is bugger all LSP on it. Last stage protection is non-existent, it's flat. So allow this to dwell. Now normally I'd be diving in with a hog's hair brush around the badge areas, but I feel there is that much muck on the car. I'm just going to do the door rubbers. And allow my pressure washer to do the rest of the work. So give us a decent rinse. Take your time with this. You'll only miss bits and you'll catch your wash mitt in the muck. Especially on the lower parts of the car. Take time, Paul. I'll tell you what, I could have speeded this bit up. I should have sped this bit up. God, I'll pull your finger out, Paul. I know you can go slow, but this is ridiculous. Right, move on to the side of the car. There you go, pull my finger out. A lot quicker now. If only. So rinse the residue off. And we move on to the main event. Suds, pH neutral. So 20ml in the syringe, because obviously this car was pretty soiled, to say the least. The first impressions are, this is super glidey. There is a lot of lube in this, which is perfect because we have very, very flat paint. There's no LSP on this car, there's no wax, there's nothing, there's no sealant, it's flat. So this helps glide over the panels. And also, it produces an enormous amount of foam. Yes, I've got to say, this is up there, boys. This is right up there. And girls, how sexist. And you can see it all being lathered up. Now here we go, it's a classic do the rear wiper over the badge shot. So when it comes to the lower parts of the car, you need to switch over to a different mitt. I of course use the super cheap Chinese mitts available on Fleabay. Work out about £1.20 each, and you can throw them in the wash. Then it's another final rinse down. Really important this, don't want to leave any residue on the car. It's already starting to look a damn sight better than it did first thing this morning. So before we dry the car, we're going to keep the car nice and wet. We're going to bust out this enhanced gloss, so you can use this as a drying aid. So wet panels, give them a liberal spray. Be careful if it's windy. Most of this will end up in the hedge if you're not careful. Lay your drying towel over the top. So as you work your way around the car, the product gets embedded into the towel, so it actually makes it easier. Now you could of course spray this directly onto the towel, hold it closer to the car, save wasting product if you're going to be really nitpicky. It's already looking nice. Give it a final buff and it's dry. And that is it. That's pretty easy stuff. So you can of course use this on dry panels, which is coming up very soon. So what's it like on glass? Well, not bad at all. Some of these can be a little bit streaky. This one isn't. Made light work of this. Nothing worse than cleaning a black car, putting a sprayable product on and seeing streaks. You're not going to get that with this. Well, I didn't anyway. So it's up to you what towel you want to use, what buffing cloths. I did, however, switch over later on for a deeper pile one when I apply it dry. Talking of drying, yeah, front of this car, what a pain. Didn't think about us, did they? They designed that. Blimmin' honeycomb grills. Once you've finished wiping your rear end, go around the front, finish that off. I always finish off around the front, I don't know about you. Anyway, enough about that. Spray it on a different microfiber if you're going to apply it dry. It seems to work a lot easier rather than spritzing it all over the panel and losing half of it. You'll notice it flashes off very, very quickly. And that's that lovely gloss coming through. Now, protection's not going to be great on this, but at least it's clean and protected for a number of weeks. I would have loved to put some wax on this, but it started raining. Oh, the British weather. So these are the results. So Suzuki's nice and clean again, or is it covered in crap? Andy's borrowed my car today. That was a mistake. Oh dear. What do we think about the two products? Now, Suds, is it up there? Is it right up there with the best shampoos that I've used to date? Now, the shampoos that I like using, obviously Garage Therapy. I like using Alien Magic shampoo. There's quite a few of you have mentioned in the comments about how good these products are, and you are right, they are very, very good. And also ODK. ODK is a very, very good shampoo, and their Gloss Booster one is good as well, their Gloss Enhancer one. Anyway, is this up there? Yes, it is. It's right up there. On a really dirty car, you are going to need 20mm. You could happily dial this back though. What I noticed as I used the water and I topped the water back up, it just created even more suds as you put the old pressure washer in, and it's just endless. There's lots and lots of froth, and sometimes you get lots of froth and there's not much lube. That's not the case with this. There is a ton of lube in this, and especially on a car that's got no protection on it whatsoever. That's when you really do notice it. It's quite good to get a car that's minging to try products out. You could just roll in a nice car and it would be pointless, you know. It's going to perform anyway, but on this car it made a massive, massive difference. And it's very, very economical for the money. All right, we'll talk about the price in a minute. So that really impressed me. The only downside is there's probably not enough of it. You need to make bigger bottles. You might make bigger bottles, but I've not seen them on a website unless I'm looking at the wrong bit. If I am, let me know. Anyway, when it comes to the enhanced gloss, chose to use this as a drying aid. There is soddle protection on the car. It's flat. There's probably more protection on this fridge, to be honest with you. If everyone's wondering where the fridge has gone, it sits right in front of me and the camera's sat on top of it. It's not disappeared. Spritz the panels. Don't do it on a windy day. If you are going to do it, spray it sort of towards the cloth and try and catch it, because you'll just lose it in the wind and it'll just go in the trees and go in a blackbird's eye or something. I don't know. But this really does, when you first put it on, you see the water sort of start breaking up. And you put your towel on the car and you drag it across. You think, that's not that shiny, but it's where it's hazing over. Let it haze over, let it flash, then come in with a secondary cloth and then just buff it off. Now, the thing that really stood out for me when I did it, especially on that front part, on that front wing, which is flat as anything, was the gloss that came through, and the feel of the paint. It produces this really slippery finish. Really does feel great. The best thing to do really is to twin this, is to use it with this. You're supposed to use these hand in hand, because obviously the gloss, the whole show thing. Longevity, not really sure about this. It's probably not going to be great. Couldn't really see it on the website, so I don't really know how long it's going to last, but it does produce a very, very clean, glossy finish. There aren't any really downsides about it. You can use it on glass. I'm trying to be nitpicky about products and it's getting really difficult. It's probably sizes, that's my only gripe. Make them in bigger sizes perhaps. They may do a bulk range. I didn't see it on the website. If I've got it wrong, shoot me down in flames. Talk about prices. So the suds is $8.99, written on my hairy arm. $8.99 for a 500ml bottle. It's probably going to last you a considerable amount of time, because you don't really need to use that much. On a dirty car, 20ml, dial it back, maintenance wash, 10ml, maybe even less, low as 5ml. The gloss spray, that is $10.99, so a reasonable price, to be honest with you. There's a ton of stuff on the website. You can hit it up down below. I'll put a link in, as always. Thanks for Nadeem for sending down these. We'll try and get these when the weather starts warming up. We'll get these on the channel. I think it's waxing season in a couple of months. As if we get a summer. So, thanks to Nadeem for those products. Now, very quickly, we're going to talk about the channel, and we're going to talk about a shout out. There's a number of people, obviously I want you to watch me every week or every other week. There's a number of people I feel you should be watching. I haven't mentioned them. Well, I've mentioned a couple of them. Matt at Detailing World, he very kindly gave me a shout out, so I'll return the favour. He produces some really, really good videos, and he's very, very good at editing. He's probably better at editing than I am, and he's probably got much better camera gear. He's got a really good channel. He's part of the Detailing World channel, and I'll put a link to his channel below. Also, Martin, Obsessive Car Detailer. Make sure you check him out. He's doing some really good testing at the moment. My old buddy Specky, check him out. And Pro Detailing UK, I think he's going to make some new videos, but check him out, Gary. There's the video shout outs. The other thing is, I was asked recently about doing a Patron scheme. Now, I don't really believe in this. I mentioned this in a live vlog. It's not for me, to be honest with you. I don't feel I should charge you to watch me. You know, YouTube should be free. Yes, we make a tiny, tiny amount of money, which goes towards camera gear. Now, the one thing I will say, if you want to give me anything and you want it on the channel, i.e. merch, like hats, hoodies, t-shirts, I'll happily wear it with your brand on it, because it does get cold. That's all I ask for, to be honest with you. And obviously I get sent products, so I don't really ask for a lot. I don't really want to get sent money. I just don't think it's fair on you guys. That was the bit I wanted to mention about that. So thanks for watching. Please hit the notification bell so you can be notified of the new videos. Please, please, please subscribe. Take care of yourself. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.